Okay, so today's going to be one of those weird videos where I actually go probably almost all the way home with this. I figured I would do a video and let you see what I see as I travel. Today is a snowstorm, and maybe this will shed some light on like the road conditions where you're at as we're traveling along. Now, as I'm traveling, I am sliding, and it is currently only, what, maybe 15-20 minutes into the snow, and this is what the roads look like right now. Now, I can't see much in front of me, and I know that there's a shutter release aspect of things, but I have a much more clearer view on the screen than I do actually in front of me. It's kind of, I can't see all the way down, but on that screen I definitely can. Now I'm going to be tapping the screen every once in a while just to make sure I can do time on this thing. But yeah, this is the roads as they sit right now in Monmouth, Illinois. So we'll keep on going on and see where we end up. Hopefully not in a ditch somewhere, because we really don't want to be in a ditch somewhere. What's sister doing? She's being quiet. Sister's being quiet, which is always usually a nice thing to have. That way I can keep my eyes alert on the road. If you watch that car, how he was sliding, making that turn, it always is disconcerting. To me, seeing somebody come in and be sliding so dang much. It's going to be one of those deals that they're going to probably cancel school sooner than later for Candyman's class. They were talking of letting them out at noon or 1. I think 1, they said. Well, the problem with that is that they're going to run buses. Buses probably are heading out sooner than later. They're probably going to drop these kids off. They're going to see how bad the roads are in town. They're like, well, we got to get these kids home. So I'll be expecting the next call about here in about 15-20 minutes telling me come go gather my child from the old junior high. But till then, it's not really that bad here outside of town, other than the blowing of the snow and the visibility. Wanted to make sure my headlamps, oh, there's a little bit of ice there. I spoke too soon. There is ice. The ground is a little slippery. But here we go. I think I'm just gonna let it run. You guys are gonna listen to a nice little commentary. I usually do like a daily random thought on YouTube, and I talked about more the hype, less the action. Well, the action's actually here, so I might actually just make this the video for today. It's still not the Snowmageddon / Ice-mageddon that we got, or that we were supposed to get, but it's still kind of hazardous. Get this thing and get old tappity tap tap. And normally I talk about topics and things, so this is kind of an odd one because it's just me traveling. But I figured with the weather the way it is, I might as well have it pointing away from me and just do the thing. So, people who have not been on my channel or have been on my show or watched any of my shows, it's a 5-minute spiel, 5-ish minute spiel. The reason why I did that, because I wanted a methodology that would require no editing, that would require just being able to pull it off the camera and stick it on the thing. I shoot everything in my vehicle entirely on GoPros, and I have a nice little media mod that gives me a decent microphone so it sounds decent. And you can't beat the GoPro's stability these days, especially with the GoPro 7, 8, or 9. After 7, they actually really locked in that stability stuff. The one that usually runs is the Hero 9 with the media mod and max lens mod, so that way if I ever end up on my roof, you're going to see me upside down on the screen. I hope I never end up on my roof, but you know that deal. Safety-wise, my camera is out of view of the road, so like where it is right there is just above the dash, but it's still below the horizon of the hood, and that way I'm not like distracted by the big old screen. Plus the big old screen is usually like blacked out and I don't see it, other than I have a timer on it so I know when I reach that 5-minute mark. So I err on the air of caution and safety when I do these things. I don't want to ever be distracted by a device keeping me from keeping my eyes on the road. So, for the people who worry about those things. Look at the semis. Everybody's moving awfully slowly to the west of me. Heading from the west. I'm heading west now, and these are eastbound people. You see a snowplow up front there. He's giving it the old turnaround ski. He must not have to go west for any reason. Or either that, or they're saying it's just too bad to the west. We're just gonna get to the local area. I don't know. We'll see. See, right about here is where I normally would be ending my video, 5-ish minutes. And that way I could do certain things. But I'm gonna let this thing run. I'm gonna let it run clear to the end. We're gonna give you a nice ride at least to Roseville. I don't necessarily gonna drive completely home with this video, but at least you'll get a view of the highway and the way the highway is sitting right now. This is US 67, and it is ice packed and snow covered. So drive with caution if you're on 67, and always drive with caution wherever you're at, but especially here on 67, it is a little darshy. I'm actually over the center line because that's where the clearing part of the road is. And we are currently driving at 55, which seems a little dicey to myself anyway, so we may end up slowing down as we travel on this road. So it would be really, really nice. I don't want to, because obviously I don't want to be a distraction or be distracted. But it would be really, really nice to try to do a live one of these times during an event like this so that I can hear comments and stuff. But a pre-recorded message was better than better than not. Plus, I'm not going to be distracted by it, at least this way. So, if I'm silent, it's because I'm thinking about things or I am processing the road ahead of me. But I hope to be continuing to talk as I continue on down this line. Road's pretty dicey here. If you look in front of me, there's really no like good side of the road to be on. They're both equally not well traveled, and keeping eyes on the road, keeping hands attended to, trying to make sure that if I hit a patch of ice, I can at least grip myself out of it. I have done defensive driving courses where you're put in a situation where you're on an icy or slippery surface and you have to make that turn or whatnot. So I don't ever want to say that I'm confident in weather like this, but I want to make sure that I drive safe in weather like this. So yeah, it's all quiet on the road. At least there's not a lot of traffic, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. So like if I were to wind up in a ditch, there may be enough people that would find me or see me before I freeze to death. But in the same thread, if I wind up in a ditch and there's not enough traffic, then I may be hidden from somebody's view and have no way of getting things out. And gotta err on caution, especially when you get kids, especially when you're a motorist on the road. And like I said, I normally don't have this like non-essential rambling like I do right now, but I'm trying to engage you guys in some kind of conversation. So yeah, there it is. Reaching the 9-minute mark, so this is where my video usually splits, and then I have to go in and edit it. But I figured I'd edit this one anyway. That way you guys get kind of a good trip right into Roseville. Like I said, don't let the view, I don't want to put that, don't let that view it hinder you there. It actually is pretty snowy. It's just, you get snowflakes falling at a certain rate in the shutter of this camera, so it looks a lot clearer on the screen than it does actually in front of me. I wish there's a way to express the lack of view that I have on that thing, and I almost like glancing down at my screen just every once in a while because I can see things on my screen that I don't necessarily see in front of me. So Maybe they need to figure out a way of making a flicker module for your monitor or for your windshield, so that it gives you a crisper view when you're driving down the road in inclement weather. And then again, that distracts your viewing for a certain amount of nanoseconds, which could potentially be a distraction acceptable. So I guess that would be a good deal. We are heading up past Larchland now. So that is like the halfway point between here and there when you go to Roseville. And I think we will go like to the Dollar General and park at the Dollar General in Roseville and end the video there. We'll upload this sometime today. So it's an extra long one for the people who watch Jordan's Random Thoughts on the old YouTubes. This one's going to get shared on YouTube and Facebook because of the conditions as they sit right now. And I may do like a ride along tomorrow the same way and do like a shorter version that could go on both Random Thoughts as well as YouTube, or as well as Facebook, so that way you can see it as a 5-minute spiel, and I'll have a topic or something. That way you can see things, or I might not. You never know. Sister Sulu is giving me the squint eye. She is not too keen on the weather, I don't think, today. It's like, man, I can glance up and not see anything, but I glance down and I kind of get a little view of a semi. It's like weird. He's gonna turn. Yeah, this is gonna be a long run. There's Gemini turning. Like I said, it's just weird how your display has a better view than what you're actually seeing. It's weird like that. Another plow coming up. There it is. Now I can see it out there. So there are plows out for the people who are wondering. I am currently at 55 miles an hour. This is 10 miles below the speed limit. So, yeah, we are driving for the conditions now. As long as we don't get one of them crazy people who like, well, the speed limit is 65, so I went 65. Well, speed limit is 65, but you have rough weather and roads that you don't know what is what on the road. So, slow her down just a little bit. Got a nice little clearing on the road here, which could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. And this one appears to be a bad thing. I just slid just a little bit there on that bridge. Ice on the bridges for the people who don't know or aren't keen to it. Always anticipate ice on the bridge, even if it isn't icy where you're at. Be good advice to have. For the people who are scrolling along, I'm going to set this as an instant premiere probably, so it's going to act like a live, but it's not going to be live. This is currently 11:33 on the clock when I'm recording this. We are heading southbound on US 67, and this is the road conditions at 11:33 on today's date. I don't know because I ain't got my watch with me today. It tells me what day it is. I glance at the wrist and I don't got it. And it makes me mad. Today's the 17th. So, on the 17th, 11:34 on US 67, just north of Roseville. We got another semi, a whole pile of them right there. When you see the semi drivers just not wanting to pass the plow, then you know that the road conditions are a little rough out there. We technically should be driving into the storm right now, so conditions are moderate for visibility. You can see enough to drive. There's been times I've been on this road and in the midst of a height of a big old storm and you didn't know where the road was versus where you were at. You can at least see the boulevards. You can at least see the you can almost see the lines in the middle of the road. They're kind of coated with a little bit of ice and snow, but we're there. And you can kind of get your bearings on where things are, so you're not like completely blinded here. We are at the north entrance of Roseville, on the bypass of Roseville right here. I know my wife's gonna watch this and she's like, man, you are a goof. Why did you post that? Well, I'm a goof, yes. And I posted it because I can. It was nice that the weather cleared off the majority of the snow that was already pre-existing before this big old snowstorm come rolling through. That was a breath of fresh air for a few hours yesterday. Looking out the window and not seeing any snow on the ground kind of gives you the feels for the springtime. But then it was raining really, really nasty, and it was really, really bad out last night. So, and then it like got below freezing about midnight. We didn't get the rain stopped just before it got super cold, which was a positive. We're currently sitting at 23 degrees and snowing right where we're at right now, so yeah. There'll be a unmarked police vehicle. Probably wondering what the heck I'm doing with the camera. He turning around? Nope, he's going down the side road there, so that's going on. What now, sister? I can't hear you. What'd you say? Yeah, my screen's dark. I have it turned off so I don't have to worry about being distracted by it. See, there you go. For the people who are watching this right now, the little sis said that my screen was dark, so you know I'm not being distracted by my camera while I'm traveling. For those people worried about my ADD and distractions. It's currently 17 minutes into this mix. And we are almost to the Dollar General here on the west side of Roseville, which is where I will end the video, is at the Dollar General. And I figured I'd do my little spiel here. For the people who do not know, I always put a word at the end of my videos. It's engaging to the audience. It really helps your viewability if somebody replies to your comments. So if you made it to the end of this video watching me travel down this road, this almost 20 minutes of traveling down this road, let me know you did by putting this word in the comments below. Today's word's gonna be snowplow. So if you can put snowplow somewhere in the comments below, then I will know that you made it clear to the end of this video. And that right there tells you how icy it is right there. Tell you guys to be safe out there. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow.